Happy Easter. Good morning. I will never forget the Father Mark homily. I think it was like 4 years ago, but I posted it on my Instagram so I can quote it word for word. It said, as the deacon was proclaiming the gospel today, I was just thinking how great it is to being Catholic. The world says Easter's one day. The church says, no, we're going to take one day and turn it into 8 days, the octave of Easter. So it's still Easter. For Lent, I followed this, it's kind of like a blueprint of Lent, and it's Through the Thorns, written by Mari Wagner. I met her in Indianapolis, and it gave you the Lectio Divina, the Visio Divinum, the journal, the reflections, and everything that you had to give up each week. It was going good. There was no makeup. There was, let's go to bed early, wake up early. No sweets, which is easy because we always give up desserts. There was no phones after 8 p.m., no screens after 8 p.m., all that kind of stuff. But the hardest one was Holy Week, as it should be, and it was giving up media for a week. I was watching a YouTube video with my sister and her friend, and the guy was like, I'm addicted to my phone and social media, and he did not have a life outside of his phone and his social media. And I'm like, that's horrible. And not that I say that I'm that addicted. Like, I was with my friends a couple months ago, and my therapist was like, that's so mature of you just to leave your phone at the door. And I'm like, I just want to be bored in their presence. And it was great. Their TV was broken, and we literally just sat there and did nothing. Yes, we watched their wedding video on the laptop, but that's like the only screens that I did. So I'm going to show you what I did without media for a week. That includes social media, Facebook and Instagram. That includes YouTube on my lunch break, which was also very hard. That includes no music and no podcasts, which is also very hard. I will admit that I did become obsessed with my Hallow app, which I gave myself permission to use because that's being in prayer, and it led me to prayer, which is the whole entire point of Holy Week. But I did get like almost 100, I think, like different prayers and different songs and stuff, listening to it on my Hallow app because I needed something to listen to, which is probably so bad, but it did help definitely with prayer. I'm also taking a photography class. I signed up for 3 sessions at a park district, and so I was taking pictures. We had a birthday party for my sister over the weekend, and it was like a murder mystery birthday party, and everybody was dressed up, and it was so fun. So I was kind of taking pictures of that as my homework, even though she doesn't really like expect to see our homework per se. I also have been wanting for years to follow Jess Conte's social media detox and what she did, so I'm also going to do some of that in this video. I did not watch the sunset, which was unfortunate. I feel like it was so rainy and cloudy, and then Good Friday and Holy Saturday, I just was not feeling good. I was so unmotivated, and I was not feeling good, unmotivated. I was fasting from food, obviously. I had no social media. I had nothing to numb myself with, no food and no social media. So that was great. I actually gave up reading my favorite book that I'm currently reading, which is Thomas Surratt's wife's book, Lauren Akins. I'm obsessed with this book, and it just makes me want to listen to her podcast and listen to Thomas Surratt. So I actually gave up that book for an extended period of time. I didn't give it up, obviously, throughout the whole week, but I gave it up because it just made me want to listen to and consume that media. So I gave that up. And then I started reading Jordan Dooley's book, Embrace Your Almost, which I feel like is such a good book so far. But this book is I'm going on a mission trip in July, and I'm so excited. This book makes me want to go on that mission trip. This book makes me want to adopt. Obviously, this book makes me want to consume the Thomas Rhett and Lauren Akins media. It is literally so good, and I cannot put it down, and I thought that this was going to be a giant book, but it's not. I will admit, I did edit my podcast. That's considered work. Is it? I have 3 podcasts. One came out last week, one's coming out this week, and then one's coming out the following week. And then I have 2 more on the horizon. So I did let myself edit my podcast. Does that count as consuming media? I'm also popping the vitamins here from Shackley. But I did edit my podcast, and I just did it in increments of time because it can take me an extended period of time to edit a podcast. So I broke it up into pieces, but that is also what you will see me doing here. I'm editing the one with Sarah McCann, and it will be out May 3rd or May 4th. whatever that Sunday is, May 3rd, May 4th. So go listen to it, and it's going to be called For the Love of Style, and it's all about fashion and everything. So that's pretty exciting. And then we have Greg Wendt coming on the podcast to talk about his engagement, and we recently had my mom and dad on to celebrate my 3 years of podcasting, which is so exciting. So if you guys are new here or don't know that I have a podcast, you should go listen to it. It's called Gather Around the Table Podcast. We just have people on, we talk about food, we talk about stories, and it's the best. It's so much fun, and I would love some more support and some more plays. So obviously it's linked in my description, and I just will never forget the prayer that Drew Isbell made me pray, and it's, Lord, I surrender my art to you. You are in control, and I'm not. Here I am. I'm getting acai. Tell me that this is not delicious. Somebody was eating acai a while ago at my praise and worship night, and I was like, I need acai. Here I am. Jess Conte did a paint by number. I was going to do a color by number, but finding like adult coloring books, adult color by numbers are so complicated. So then I just got an adult coloring book and some dual-ended markers. Here I am at Mariano's with a salad bar. The romaine lettuce did not look that fresh, and there were no croutons. So you'll see in a minute here that I literally have to go into the store and like buy a bag of croutons. And like you'll see a couple right there if you see that. But here I am buying croutons because I needed something crunchy in my salad, like crunchy. Comment down below, but bread is joy, and bread will always be joy. I have this tray, which I've talked about, I think, on my YouTube channel. It is so dirty, blit. I'm going to wash it off later in this video, and then I'm going to try to read a book, and I think eat a Nutri-Grain bar. Yeah, there's my Nutri-Grain bar, and then I'm moved to Jordan Dooley. I want to say Jordan Davis, but it's Jordan Dooley's book, Embrace Your Almost. I got this book from A Theology on Tap, trying to find certain saints. This is when I was not feeling good, and I'm literally like laying over our ottoman trying to find certain saints that I wanted to read about, but they were not in this book. I feel like some of these saints are more like obscure saints, which is so cool to actually get to go and read about saints that might be less popular. So I'm literally scanning the table of contents, literally just trying to read a book. Like I said, was not feeling good, and I'm just in a bleh mood. And then I know that like Jesus is gonna die, and then like we have to go to church later and stuff too, so it's just like great. Still trying to find those saints. Reading is something that Jess did in that video. Like I said, I was trying to follow like Jess Conte's social media detox. I thought that would be a really fun thing to do. I've had it like on my YouTube description for so long, but I've never done it. So thanks to Mari Wagner for like saying, okay, it was just a total sign to do Jess Conte's social media detox. I made these lemon blueberry muffins from Pioneer Woman. The recipe's in the description below. They were so good, but I was halfway done making them, and I was like, I don't feel good. And also, thankfully, my mom stopped me because I didn't know that there was a difference between regular flour and self-rising flour. So she's like, girl, you need self-rising flour. So she was like, you just need some baking powder and some baking soda and some salt or whatever. So do your research before you start making lemon blueberry muffins. But they were so good. The blueberries were huge. Yeah. So now I'm actually going to wash my card tray. Look at that yummy guacamole on the side. I'm like, have you propped up in my cabinet? So I'm like making sure that it's actually a good angle. And of course I'm going to use my Shackley non-toxic dish soap, because why not? We don't approve of toxins in the house. Even though we still use a lot of toxic products, I'm just trying to like be mindful of that. So I literally just got a scrub brush and some hot water and literally started cleaning it, because sometimes it can be really gross. So cleaning is another thing. If you want to stay off of social media, if you're fasting from media, which is so hard, and I've said that a million times already in this video, get to cleaning. There's always something in your house that you can clean and organize, right? Right. You have to agree with me. And you also have to agree with me that that guacamole looks so good, and now it's literally just making me crave guacamole. I just want some chips and some guacamole. And is that green onions right there too? Yes, girl. Okay. And I'm so excited now that I have a clean card tray. This coloring book that I was telling you about earlier, I didn't realize how many bugs there were in this coloring book. I'm just like not a bug girly. Cicadas were the death of me last summer when we had a cicada infestation. Literally the death of me. I was terrified of them. Terrified. I just didn't like them. And is that a cicada right there? Oh my gosh. And then there's a sloth. Here I am opening my dual-ended markers. These markers I think are going to be the best thing ever. Just a new pack of markers. Does that not bring you joy? Or does it not bring you joy to have dual-ended markers? It's great. The best thing. Oh, I am. Well, now watching. I've been taking like weeks to watch a Just Joe BTS video with my friends in it, and it's great. So that's literally what was just playing in the background. Oops. But these markers are so cute, and I literally love them so much. Color is just the best thing ever. Favorite question to ask people is, what is your favorite color? And I decided to color whale because I'm not about to color bugs, right? I just needed to de-stress and not think about my problems. And then one of my friends FaceTimed me, and I was like, okay, thank you for FaceTiming me, because I needed something to distract myself with and just to, you know, get my mind off of things and vent and everything else. Because, of course, I didn't have therapy the day before Easter. So I needed a little therapy session now. This whale is just so cute. And, of course, it's going to be a lot of blue and greens in this picture, which I did not finish. But that's what I'm thinking. Blues, greens, grays, purples. It's just going to be fantastic. Am I right? Or am I right, ladies? I'm trying to think about what else I did to share with you guys. I'm going to link that Jess Conte video down below. But ciao, babes, and I hope you have a great Easter.